You guys gotta always talk about somebody's views and stuff. I mean, it hurts me.
We're talking about the feed video. The feed video is the money, okay?
Wait, how does Chris already has angry faces as I went live? Hey, I got a like. Yay. I mean,
let me correct that. Let me put dislike. Let me put dislike.
That's what Manny would do some stuff. Man, you can't. Manny, disliking my product dislikes your product. And I know you're upset because you feel that I'm a thief. But like I said, sometimes it's things worth stealing. Sometimes.
No. You can't slap your logo on something I created.
That's bullshit, man.
People do it already, man. People do it already.
But Manny has already stole these images. You can't steal images. It's already been stolen. You
already pirated material.
You know what? You guys are confessing too much. I'm going to roll the opening credits.
But when I do it, I tell Marcus we're going live. Then there's a pause, and then we start talking.
Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
And I am Marcus, the grand finale, the DSPN champion. Something I have not claimed in many weeks. But today, that 22 kilobytes of gold is mine, and I'm claiming it one more time.
I'm proud of you, Marcus. I'm glad you were able to accomplish that championship title reign for so long.
Yeah.
You might be the longest.
Like
you might be the longest reigning DSPN champion of all time. I think you have surpassed El Luchador.
Because the championship is dead.
the championship is dead.
I am the Darby Allin of this show. I'm going to defend it once every 90 days. Okay.
No, Montez. Manny is innocent of using the same thumbnail. I decided to use the same thumbnail. So point all the hatred towards me, and I'm okay with that. Because I am a hippo and a crate.
I don't even like the fact that even if I was to do it twice, he's calling me, what are you, some kind of rookie?
Uh-oh.
Fuck you, Montez. I'm already angry.
He is. Manny doesn't like that I thieved from him, and then he thieved from me. Man. It happens.
Eric asked for the initial thumbnail. He didn't say please. He didn't say thank you on arrival, and then he didn't even explain why he needed it.
Just disrespect.
Well, because I knew if I would explain why I needed it, Manny, you wouldn't sent it because you would have objected to what my intentional use would have been. So I mean,
I don't know why we use anything for SmackDown.
Huh?
SmackDown has shit on there.
Marcus, it pains me to say, I can't even say the words out my mouth yet, but it pains me to say, but AEW was the best show this week.
That's outrageous. But let me tell you this, brother. You could have went with, and I'm going to say this on the record, and I'm going to say this, and I want everybody and God to hear me say this. You could have used Tamina and Natty as they showed their dominance this week on SmackDown.
No,
they destroyed the number one
Marcus.
contender for the title.
No,
and
Marcus.
they destroyed the women tag team champion. This is Tamina and Natty's time. Okay? You need to put respect on their name and give them what they deserve.
Marcus, if there was one image that I would have used, nah, fuck that. I'm not trying.
No, you keep going. You said keep going.
If there was one image I would have used, it was the image of Roman shooting that I'm going to whoop your ass look at Daniel Bryan was on commentary when he hit the ring. That was the look of, like, Roman was like, yeah, there it is.
I think they both had a moment right there. I feel like that was both like, I've seen that before from people in the street, like, you gonna look at me that way? And Daniel Bryan got up. You ain't gonna look at me that way, even though he may get effed up.
Yeah. But before we even start talking about everything that happened this week in professional wrestling, I do have a small announcement to make that will truly only probably affect the audio listeners of this podcast. For the next 2 weeks, there will not be an audio show because I will be taking care of some business. I'm confident that Marcus and Manny will proceed and do a SmackDown review show on Saturday, but I can't make any promises. But
what is this? He didn't even tell us this was happening.
We won't have any thumbnails, controversy on the Saturdays or anything like that.
I ain't doing shit.
You know what this is? Do you know what this is, Eric? You've become Ember Moon, and I don't even care.
You know what, Manny?
You know, you stole from me just like Ember stealing from Shotzi. How dare you?
God damn you, Manny. That was too far. That was too far.
I don't even want to connect to those fighting words.
And Manny, I deserve an apology. I deserve you do not call somebody Ember Moon. You do not. Under no circumstances in this kingdom do you call somebody Ember Moon.
You get nothing. Let me bring this closer. Nothing.
Marcus, I'm gonna hang up on his ass. You better fix your co-host, Marcus. You know he went too far.
I'm going to step in here and be the mediator of this.
200
now,
people releasing Thursday.
Yeah, Eric, you should not have stole Manny's image and used it as a thumbnail. And Manny, you should not have called him Ember Moon. And I believe you guys both need to apologize because those are very hurtful words. As me being a child in this, it is tearing me apart. It is tearing me apart equally. And it has already made Ryan go to Wisconsin. All right? I need you guys.
Manny, I apologize for misusing the image that you used already. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Eric, but I don't apologize for calling you Ember.
You know what? Fuck you did. I didn't mean it when I said it. I did not mean it. Anyway, let's start off. I was going to start off with Dynamite, but we can start off with SmackDown because no one has heard you guys talk about SmackDown. One thing is frustrating me about WWE television right now is the use of the women's tag team champions. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler appeared on SmackDown, not to defend their tag team titles, but to show up and have individual singles matches, which I think defeats the whole purpose of having the tag team belts. And SmackDown had to start off, I'm going to go with you, Manny. It started off with your girl, Sasha Banks, with her awful accent, telling Bianca, right then and there, I was like, fuck this. Why do I have to deal with this? Manny, did you like how it opened up with the first match with Sasha against Nia Jax?
I was hoping Nia Jax got Sasha Banks, so we didn't get Sasha Banks Bianca at WrestleMania, because I don't believe someone with that type of weird accent, and this is going off the bad Nigerian accent that Apollo is putting on, should be a champion, because her run has been very stinky.
She's going heel, okay, guys? She's going heel. And this accent accentuates her heel factor. Sasha is turning on Bianca at Fastlane in the middle of the match. She's jumping off the rope. She's jumping off the apron. She's had enough.
Well, I hope so. I don't want them to be the tag team champions going into WrestleMania. I hate that gimmick. Apparently, that's what WWE loves to do. Let's put the tag team titles on people who are about to have a match against each other. I don't know. But then,
can I? Oh, go ahead.
Then what frustrates me the most, what makes Nia Jax and Shayna even more watchable or Nia Jax more bearable is the fact that she's trying to court Reggie, and then she sent Reggie off for a spa day. Reggie don't even really have a job. How's he being taken care of?
Eric, don't be mad. Don't hate the player, Eric. Hate the game, okay?
He ain't playing nothing.
You know there's some fools out there who are being taken care of by their woman, and she is taking care of him, and he convinced her. Reggie ain't got no job. He ain't no sommelier, or he has a French accent. Okay? Let him live his best life. I'm assuming he had COVID, and that's why he wasn't really, or COVID-like symptoms, and that's why he wasn't allowed on the show this week.
My whole thing about Reggie, though, is why is Sasha even engaged? As Bianca said, why are you humoring him? Why do you keep talking about Reggie? That's how they explain this match that, Reggie got. No, Sasha, why are you fighting for a man you didn't want? You didn't want Reggie. Right, Manny?
Well, yeah, I don't understand why she's still continuing about this Reggie stuff. And I do you know what? For the first time in a long time, Nia Jax isn't the person I hate the most in wrestling anymore.
It's Ember Moon followed by Sasha Banks, correct?
Yeah. So I don't hate Sasha. I don't hate Sasha Banks.
So what I understand. Let me guess who's next, Manny. Is it Naomi? Huh?
So Marcus,
what you're trying to portray.
Are you calling him a racist or a womanizer? I'm confused. Which one are you going with?
I think he hate our black sisters, Eric.
Okay.
He's going after them all. Next thing you know, he's going to say, I hate Kate and Carter. He's going to say, I hate Zoe Stark, who I think might be half black.
You just go claim her, huh? You just go claim her.
I'm claiming her because I feel like she's half black or something. She's mixed with something.
Bro, you don't like Ember Moon.
Hey. It's not about me, okay? It's not about me. It's about you. Oh. But for the record, I thought this was one of the best Nia Jax matches I've ever seen.
Exactly.
But
we can a good ass match.
But we can say this.
It ended, but I was like, you know what? That was one of the best Nia Jax matches I've seen. And I thought if they didn't have that interference spirit, they just went continue to wrestle it out. I was like, man, he may take this title away from me. That's what was like to be on the title was Nia Jax. Like
you couldn't even call that a 5-star match. It was the 3 at best.
I'm saying if they would have continued to have the match and just finished it out later, I wouldn't say a 5-star, but I was like, you would have merit of saying that was a hell of a match. You know what? I'm taking this belt.
El Luchador says Ember Moon isn't the best, but she doesn't deserve this much hate. I kind of feel like she does. I mean, like I said, the biggest
you could tell he meant that as well with the way the tone of voice changed, and then he paused. He really hates her.
I'm sorry, man. It bothered me. But continue with the whole thing of the women's tag team matches. This also led to a match between Bianca and Shayna, and I'm just really upset. The match didn't really happen because it all broke out because Marcus' girl, Big Tamina, and Natty decided to attack them. Marcus, do you like them actually having a tag team want to pursue the tag team titles?
I get the Grizzled Young Veterans female edition, all right? I'm liking this.
Well,
they are coming for the gold. They are not even coming for the gold. They're going to win the gold at WrestleMania, and Natty's going to have her feel-good moment at WrestleMania. I don't think Natty's ever won a match at WrestleMania. This is it. This is her moment. This is the time for Tamina and Natty to unite together and get gold. I am happy, and I feel that I am blessed to be alive right now.
I like how you call them the Grizzled Young Vets. But I believe they are female APA from where they came out in their jeans.
Yeah. And then Tamina got her hair did compared to last week. I mean, the interesting thing about it, Marcus, they might get put on the card for WrestleMania, but then at the same time, Natty has a track record right before the show starts. Natty, you're not going to be on WrestleMania this year. I'm just going to, I mean, it's too
late. It's too late.
They might have the Monday Night Raw match. Who knows? You know, like they might have the draft afterwards.
I would prefer this team to, I know that I guess they're no longer going to NXT, but Natty being able to go for every single show will work for me, Eric. Whether she's on NXT or which isn't going to happen, whether she's on Raw, SmackDown, she's going to annoy everybody on every single show. And it's amazing. I can't wait. I'm excited for their title run.
Well, Marcus, you brought up annoying, so I guess we need to bring up the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is that Seth Rollins showed up this week with another suit on. Marcus, you said that you could not wait to hear my opinion on this shoot. Mark, I would like to hear your opinion first about the suit.
Hold on.
Oh my God, Wes is back. What? Hey, he said,
I really wish we had a producer that could cut to us to show shock face.
You mentioned Tamina and he appears.
Yeah, he said y'all talking about his girl Tamina. Welcome back, Wes.
That's why Tamina is going to win the championship at WrestleMania.
So, Marcus, your opinion of Seth Rollins' suit?
It looked like Glacier's outfit or Sub-Zero. And I thought it looked like someone took a picture of the mountains for like a water ad or something and just put it on his suit. And I would have just wore the white tie or maybe something to go in there. But, I mean, Seth is undefeated in the suit game in the world of professional wrestling.
Manny, do you agree with Marcus? Do you think he's undefeated in the suit game? Or did you even like the suit that Seth had on?
Ain't nobody doing it better than Seth. I think maybe Corey is a close second, but like I wouldn't even say close actually. They are very far apart between the two of them.
They are not the same. There's levels to this. There's levels. Eric, imagine Seth Rollins. You know how the NBA does their entrance. They show him walking to arena. No one in the NBA has this much drip as they say. If he walked into an arena, I'll be like, that motherfucker can ball. I don't care what sport it is.
Hey, you know what, Marcus?
He can walk next to Cam Newton, and you'd be like, damn, that's a hell of a suit.
You know what? I agree with you. I thought it was an epic suit. Thought it was really nice. I just kind of wish that the gradient was reversed. I wish it went from dark to white, like the navy blue, then it trickled down to him having white pants on. I think I would have liked the dark look like, but that's just me. But overall, his suit was nice.
Can I also chime in and say Becky's paying for all these suits?
I know she is.
This is that Becky money.
But Marcus, do you like the makeshift match that they made for Fastlane tomorrow with Nakamura and Seth?
Not that makeshift. Nakamura and Cesaro are boys. He took out his boy. They stared each other in the eyes last week. They're having a match this week.
Well, last week we thought maybe that he was.
Makes sense to me. It's Fastlane, baby. You gotta jump into it. That's how these feuds work.
I guess you're right. I guess we should talk about the other feud.
I can't believe I won that argument.
Mark, I'm not gonna fight with you because we have two black people fighting each other right now. We have
every storyline in wrestling right now.
Mark, I think it's almost every
black people.
Mark, it's every storyline on SmackDown at least because they have like back-to-back black segments. But Manny, your boy Big E and Apollo had a verbal split screen sparring.
You're not gonna call Apollo your boy.
He is my boy.
Why is he nuts? Your boy.
He's my boy. You know, he's auditioning for Black Panther Part 2. Manny.
No, come to American 3.
Do you feel that Big E handled himself well in his split screen? Because I was disappointed with him.
I told you guys, stop asking for this man to be serious. And this is what we've got for 2 weeks. And I have not enjoyed it for 2 whole weeks. But no, this is what you lot have been asking, and then this is what happens.
Manny, I 100% disagree with you. Okay? I know that it's going to happen, okay? This is what is best for both of them, for Big E and myself, and you don't know. I'm going to cry. I think I'm going to cry. But you don't know what I'm going to do to you.
My brother, you need to understand, I am a Nigerian prince, and I'm coming for you. This is bad.
That's not how he was
I can't do it, man. Accents are not my thing. As much as I wish I could, I can't. We need to have the Milwaukee.
It's not Apollo's either.
We need to have the Milwaukee. We need to have the Milwaukee Messiah here to help us out and save us with accents.
For what it was, I still enjoyed the segment because I'm enjoying the feud. This is a blood feud of blood feuds, and I have Apollo winning at Fastlane only for Big E to rematch it up in a strap match. And I don't know why it's strap match because I couldn't think of another match they could fight with.
Marcus, I don't need a strap match because it's too close to tying those two brothers down into a Mandingo fight, and we don't need that. What we could have is maybe a Nigerian lumberjack match.
Wait a minute, Eric, we may get that match because Hulk Hogan's the host.
Who apparently Titus is not too happy about Hulk Hogan being his co-host.
I can't believe they did that.
I can't, Marcus.
I thought it was a joke. I went on Facebook, haha, that's funny. Good job, kayfabe news. Continue to go. Wait, this is real. This is real.
I mean, it's 2021. We have made it through COVID-19 first. I don't think we need Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. I don't think Hulk Hogan is gonna put more butts in his seat for the 2-night WrestleMania. He don't put a butt in my seat. I mean, considering that we have so much hate going on in this world, I don't think we need to have the king of hate, the hatermania, to be the host of WrestleMania. I don't think we need that in our life.
Is that not just a grab to get people to watch through Peacock?
Yes. White supremacy is gonna tune in to see what Hulk Hogan says next. But man, I feel like they could have went a million routes with this. Where's Bailey and Billy Kay?
Man, there's so many people that are not on TV right now, and I'm concerned about they might not make it to WrestleMania, and that's bothering me. But someone who looks like they're on that path. Huh?
Allison Pac and Andrade host WrestleMania.
Marcus, now I'm going to stick with you. As we know that WWE and the tag team wrestling is not something they really truly focus on, but it appears on SmackDown they're trying to do something. We had Dominic and Rey Mysterio beat the Street Profits. Then that led to Dominic and Rey fighting Chad Gable and Otis, who didn't beat them, while the Dirty Dogs was doing commentating and the Street Profits. Marcus, are you okay with what they're trying to do with the SmackDown tag division?
Well, they're creating this fatal 4-way ladder match. That's what I see coming. That's what I see coming. I don't know about you. I see fatal 4-way ladder match. And you know who the king of the ladder matches of this group is? It's Otis for being Mr. Money in the Bank last year. So I am 100% on board with what they're doing with this makeshift tag team division that they threw together in the last few weeks. But, yeah, that's all I got. I had that else.
What about you, Manny? The tag match. The tag division on SmackDown.
I honestly thought, so Marcus already mentioned the tag match for the ladder match, but I honestly thought that that's the way the Intercontinental title was leading to at WrestleMania. I think either whoever wins that Fastlane will end up in like a 6-man with all that's going on in the mid cards. So like with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, your boy Baron.
Manny, wait, don't you take my shine. Let's not mention that because we're going to talk about the least anticipated match of all time.
But I don't think we're going that route with the Intercontinental title. I feel like the Intercontinental title is going to just be Big E and Apollo in another type of stipulation match. I know there's a bunch of mid-card people with Seth and, Cesaro and Shinsuke who are just running around, but I have a match for them. They have a match. We all have a match for them. It's called the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Hit them one time with it.
Wow. So El Luchador is channeling his inner Roman Reigns because he's just said in the chat room he is done with WWE until Vince dies. Pretty much Roman Reigns said the same thing to Daniel Bryan a little bit different. I will die before I tap out to you. Marcus, which statement is more extreme? El Luchador not watching WWE to Vince die, or Roman Reigns dying because he's not going to tap out?
They're both kind of extreme to an extent. I am 100% thinking Roman Reigns should not thinking he going to die in the ring from whatever lock Jay and Brian put him on. It's not like they're chokes or anything like that. It's not like he's Chris Benoit there. He going to put him in a label lock or an ankle lock. You can't die from either one. And I believe the referee, him passing out, as Daniel Bryan said, it's, you're being dramatic about this. You just pass out and tap out. It don't matter. I'm still going to leave the champion. It don't matter.
Well, Marcus, technically, if Daniel Bryan decided to pull out one of those blades that they used in AEW when they cut themselves open and slit his throat, that might make him die in the ring. It's a possibility, but I don't know. Manny, did you like...
That was an unnecessary shot at AEW.
Manny, I have to take my shots while I can because I'm going to praise them when we talk about it, and that bothers me a lot, okay? So let me be me. Manny, if you're Roman Reigns, are you going to die or you not, or would you just tap out and then beat his ass afterwards?
Yeah, I'd tap out and then destroy him afterwards with chairs. I'd travel to his home, beat up Brie.
Attack Nikki because she's just there. Let's go at it. But then that might start for you with John Cena, just on the connectivity.
Now, Manny, I'm going to stay with you in this situation. We had the least anticipated match of all time on SmackDown, but this is trying to create a program between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Do you think this is the right direction going into Mania, although they do have two nights to fill?
Yeah, I think match-wise it probably is. It's something you're going to want to see. But it's something we've already seen. Like, we've seen it so many times. What else could these two possibly do?
Well, this time, Sammy's the heel. I think that's the only
Is that the only difference, Marcus?
That might be the only difference. Sammy's the evil one this time.
And I believe,
or the delusional one.
And I believe they're going to have Logan Paul involved somehow or some way because they were dropping his name, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess. It happened.
Especially against referee Logan Paul.
He's got like 10 million subscribers. That's a good move for them.
No, 23 million. They brought it up on the show, 23 million.
Hey, Logan Paul, if you want to join us and be in the fourth box of the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast on Saturday to get my views up to 60, I offer you an invitation.
He ain't welcome, Eric. No, he ain't welcome.
Okay.
He ain't welcome.
Okay, Marcus told me I can't have you on the show. I'm sorry.
Logan
All right, everybody, we have a special guest. No, we don't.
We got Logan Paul. This is a different guy. Just completely different guy. The 40-year-old black man going, I'm Logan Paul. I changed my name to Logan after I saw the Wolverine movie.
So Grudge Smurf said, because I guess they're talking about Vince in the chat room right now, and because El Luchador said he's not going to watch WWE until Vince leaves, and Grudge Smurf says that don't talk too bad about Vince because we don't like that. I don't.
Eric, but what he's saying is really stupid, and I'm going to say it. You two are both talking about a man dying, so let's get that straight before we carry on.
Yeah, so the whole thing is, I'm not watching WWE until Vince dies. But the point is, you think it's gonna be ran different after he died? Shit, this player is making money. They ain't gonna change anything. It's not like Triple H way is making money. No one's watching NXT.
You realize the show is is a PG show. It'd be like me as an adult getting mad at the ending of Fern Gully 2. So like,
let me point out. This man brought up Fern Gully 2. Not even Fern
Gully 2.
Yes, Marcus, that went straight to video.
I never seen Fern Gully 1.
It's like getting angry at something that's aimed at kids.
El Luchador said he is not wishing death on him.
You're trying to come back. I don't know. I wouldn't. It doesn't matter. I honestly don't care whether, who runs it. I enjoy the show, whether, Vince is running it or not. It's wrestling. It's a lot of it.
Yeah, and I think it's very thing that you have to really do a time to dissect what you're going to keep in your life. And I agree with El Luchador. If you're not enjoying the product, there's no reason for you to watch it. I mean, that's perfectly fine, and no one can judge you for that.
We can if you go on about it forever and ever and ever and ever and
That's
ever.
stuff that does bug me. Whenever I'm in these forums, it was like, I don't watch WWE anymore. It's like, okay. I don't go into random forums talking about, I don't do into like, let's say, what shows us the old show? I don't go into the Walking Dead forums and be like, I can't believe y'all still watching this show. No, I'm out. I don't have any attachment to it anymore. I don't watch the show. I don't go into the Arrowverse talking about, oh man, I haven't watched this season 2. I hope the executive producer of Arrow dies and then I may jump back in. No, I don't care. I'm out.
He says that he tuned into us for his WWE. I mean,
keep on doing that.
I think that's appreciative, but it's hard to make a determination if it's something that you would like. We don't need to even talk about this anymore. So
my whole thing about people who like quit watching something and still need highlights, that's like looking at your ex-girlfriend's Facebook page. Let it go.
So now you're making Frozen?
Huh?
Let it go.
Yes. Let it go.
He says I complain about WWE to y'all. So Edge made his return to SmackDown, having a match on SmackDown, I believe after 19 years, they said?
They said 10.
Fuck it. Let me make it 19 years. Let's just show how sometimes WWE can be old and stale. 19 years since Edge fought on SmackDown. He fought against Jey Uso. Winner becomes a special enforcer on Sunday.
Excuse me. It's main event Jey Uso.
Okay, main event Jey Uso. What I liked about this was the simple reason is that Daniel Bryan pointed out, man, I really don't care who wins this match because I would prefer for it to be a straight up match between me and Roman. He gave the spoiler away. He's like, if Jay wins, he's going to screw me over. If Edge wins, he kind of is going to screw me over too. I agree. I don't need this match. I mean, I know you needed Edge on SmackDown, but I don't know if he really moved the numbers because when he showed up on NXT, that didn't move the numbers for NXT. Marcus, do you like this?
He can't make those titty moves no matter what. That's what used to say of Steppenwolf, who made the titties move. And this time, Eric, he makes you sad for Steppenwolf on Justice League. You feel bad for that man. Because he has a sentence that he can never... 50,000 worlds, goddammit. 50,000 worlds. How you gonna conquer that? But, I feel like that this match happened just to, because Edge hasn't wrestled in like 8 years. He probably needs some ring rust before he goes into WrestleMania. He needs some type of work.
Man, as a wise man once said, if you swallow razors, you will spit blood. So, Manny,
what? Who are you talking to?
Apollo, man. Apollo said that. His grandfather, his wise Nigerian grandfather, told him that a man that swallows razors will spit blood, and I agree with that because it's obvious. Fact. It's obvious.
That's just fact. That's just fact.
You said it like you knew someone that spoke like that.
Are you claiming that I don't know Apollo personally?
You don't know the wise man that Apollo talking to.
I do. I know his shaman.
Apollo talking to his granddaddy.
I know his shaman. You know,
his granddaddy's best friend.
Yeah. So Edge will be
the man.
Betty, do you care about Edge being the special enforcer for a Fastlane tomorrow against Roman Reigns?
I don't, and he also looked really old in this match. I worry that they're going to put the title on Edge at WrestleMania, and he just looks old.
As I told Marcus, I was not a fan of his powder blue attire. I don't like it. I felt that
I don't know if you had to get the tire. The tire worked.
It didn't work for me because I think the having such a youthful color made him look a lot older, in my opinion. So I agree with Manny. He looked old. he didn't look like he was the man that he once was.
I have a feeling this is going to triple threat route, and Daniel Bryan is there to bring the youth in the match, and they may protect Edge, but I feel like the feud between Daniel Bryan and Edge, the two guys who are out of the game and came back, is more interesting to me than Roman and everybody else in there. Because Roman, I feel like Roman should kill them. This is the secret tour they're in.
Edge was dressed as the reaction that Christian got when he came out of Revolution.
I mean, like, it's funny because, you know, before the announcement was made that Edge was going to challenge Roman, you know, it was a little bit of buzz in the air. But I actually think that the better main event for the championship title is on Raw with Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. And I think that the match that Bobby had with Sheamus to conclude Raw shows me that these two big men are going to put on a hell of a match at WrestleMania, and I'm looking forward to that. Marcus, did you like the match between Lashley and Bobby? I mean, nope. No. Lashley and Sheamus on Monday?
Oh, Eric, here's where I'm going to disagree with you.
Go ahead, disagree with me, Stephen A.
I don't think Lashley and Drew are going to have a better match in any form compared to what Drew, Roman, and Daniel Bryan could have. And whether it's triple threat singles or if they fight one night, it's Daniel Bryan and Edge, and the next night it's the main event or something kind of like that, I feel like they will have the better match. Because the Lashley and Drew match is a match we got exactly almost 1 year ago at Backlash when Lashley lost. It was a good match, but I think that's as good as it's going to get. I don't think it's going to be as good as Sheamus because I feel like Sheamus is a better wrestler than Drew. Sheamus is the undenying, or is co-MVP with MVP when it comes to matches. He's the, MVP, wait, what am I trying to say?
MVP, I don't know what you're trying to say, man.
Let me reword this. Because I said MVP like 8 times. MVP is, fuck it. Sheamus has been having good matches. It was
Betty,
too hard to say.
Do you agree?
I was trying to say with invoking MVP involving MVP.
If your next question is, do I agree with what Marcus is saying? I have no idea what Marcus is saying.
Well, Betty, then I asked you your opinion. Do you think that Lashley and Drew can have a chance to be a better match than Edge and Roman?
Yeah, I can actually see it but I don't know how long it's going to be. Because I feel like you'd get a longevity match between Edge and Roman at WrestleMania. But I think Lashley and Drew will probably be like 10 minutes max. It's not, I don't think it's going to be as good as what you're thinking it's going to be.
You got 10 minutes? I got to at least go at 15.
Wesley, Wes, this is why we like you, because Wes has a great question. With Lashley as the champ, when are we going to see Miles return? Goldberg brought his son with him. I ain't going to lie. I would like to see what Miles look like right now. Just, it would be a nice sight to see.
I was a mean son of a bitch.
So,
you know, I don't like this chat where Wes and Luchador are getting along.
Well, you know, this is Make the Heart Grow founder. They haven't seen each other in a while. Give it a week. So, WWE made an adjustment, and I see it as a money move for some reason. They decided to take the tag team titles off of the Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, and put the titles back on the New Day. It seems like every 6 months we get the title back on the New Day, and it's going to lead to a match between Omos and AJ. Manny, your hand went up, so my mouth will go shut. What do you say?
No, I use a device for my hand to go up. I use a device.
I'm going to Betty, Marcus. I'm sorry.
This is just an easy way to get the titles off the Hurt Business so they don't look terrible losing the titles to Omos and AJ. So this is exactly what's going to happen. Omos and AJ are winning at WrestleMania.
You know, the interesting thing about this match for me is I was like, damn, New Day got the titles again. But the whole draw of the match is seeing Omos and seeing how barely he probably can move in a wrestling match. I mean, that's the ticket to it. This is the spectacle at WrestleMania, unfortunately, right now, is Omos in the ring.
I heard Omos was watching Shaq wrestle to get prepared for this.
And then he's also took out the tape on the Great Khali.
Yeah.
Various big show matches.
I'm gonna tell you this. I feel like as much as I was like, the Hurt Business should probably keep those titles, the New Day will probably give you a better match with Omos, AJ, and I feel like they can wrestle around over Old Shelton and Prime Alexander, as he's going by these days.
El Luchador said he almost does a 450 splash. Man, I hope he can do a tumble and roll. I don't know what this man can do.
Cinematic back.
All I've seen him do is
slow that roll is.
Hey, I would do a cinematic match and then CGI almost doing a 450 splash on somebody. Almost in the back.
Now, I know Marcus wants to talk about something else that happened on Monday Night Raw, and that's Mandy Rose versus Dana Brooke against Lana and Naomi. Unfortunately, we ran out of time, so I'm just going to talk about something more important. Marcus, do you like the transition? Do you like the transition that they did with The Miz from losing his title to now he's going to probably be in a tag team match against Bad Bunny and Damian Priest?
Yes, it makes sense. I mean, it seemed like we were going this route. This is the emergence of Bad Bunny to the roster. And you know what? This is the first time we got to look at Bad Bunny taking a move or an assault of any kind and throwing punches. So I thought they didn't look good for his punches. But the guitar shot looked okay, even though I believe he was wearing protective padding. What do you think of his punch that he threw this week? Bad Bunny can't fight for shit.
Throwing punches is one of the hardest things in wrestling. That's why the great Baron Corbin is so good at it, but no one respects his punches. So
he's Golden Gloves champion, Eric.
He is a Golden Gloves champion. God damn it, I know. But at the same time, it's just one of those things that I don't expect anything from Bad Bunny. I mean, he did make that transactional day on the Steve Austin Eve day with R-Truth, where he gave him the 24/7 title for the Stone Cold belt. I think that was a fair trade. I really do. I have actually listened to a lot of Bad Bunny this week. I actually like his music.
Preparation for his match.
Preparation for his match, so I can be a true analyst and know where he's coming from. Manny, what about you? Would you prefer to talk about Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, or are you okay mentioning the celebrity tag match that's going to take place?
I honestly thought you were going to do the picture-in-picture thing when it came to talking about Mandy Rose tag match.
Manny, I'm not going to I already stole your thumbnail. I'm not going to steal your gimmick from your show. Come on, man.
Good bits. Those are good bits.
Manny has no words. Manny had no words. He paused like he didn't know what to say or what to drink. He just.
Let me jump in and say Jackson Riker got his ass whooped this week for no reason, and it was for no reason.
Was that to make people feel good about the fact that? Make people forget that Hogan was becoming the host of WrestleMania.
I don't know. He was wearing the American flag tights. He was full on Trump supporting out there and got his ass whooped. I think he has ruined Elias' career, even though Elias has had nothing going for him since he lost the crowd. I just felt like Jackson Riker would have made him actually lower than Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke teaming together.
No, but you know what? I would love to have given the lowest thing about Monday Night Raw to Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Lana, and Naomi. But for me, it was something that it was abysmal. And that was Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. This is something I do not want. This is something I do not need. And I need them to stop trying to give me Shane. I mean, In so many ways. This is where I could.
How many times you said that?
This is where I could.
I need to stop giving me shade.
I could jump into the category with El Luchador and say I could walk away from WWE because I'm tired of seeing Shane on my television and stupid reasons for him to have matches. Marcus, are you going to justify Shane's behavior of calling another man stupid?
Yeah, this is a stupid feud. It's a stupid storyline with two stupid men. However, if they can undo the stupid and bring me back the Raw Underground people of Riddick Moss or Dabba-Kato or
I want Dabba-Kato back so bad.
or a gambling Swerve Scott. If they can bring all that back for this feud to jump Braun Strowman, I'm all for it. But other than that, this is a waste of time.
Gambling Swerve Scott is basically the beginning of what happened to Leon Ruff. He hit on hard times and then he took out on Leon Ruff.
I lost that dice game in the back, kick to the face. But yeah, so unless we get like Dabba-Kato versus Braun Strowman managed by Shane, we are in the wrong territory here. I don't know why we're doing this. I believe this match is now going to be on Fastlane. At least it's off WrestleMania for what we think.
Well, El Luchador is right. Shane does look coked out. Shane looked like
All I need instead of a Shane match is Shane to just make it just a giant spectacle that Shane's going to fall off something. It's like, oh, over to Shane. He's about to fall off this roof. He falls, and then we carry on with the rest of it. We don't have like so much time devoted to this weird feud that's going on that seems so unnecessary.
So I'm gonna bring in AEW on this one.
Not yet. I'm not ready for that yet.
No. I'm bringing it in. Hold on. You gotta see where this goes.
Okay.
Would you rather have Shane McMahon on your TV doing stupid stuff with Braun Strowman, or would you have, and as you brought up, coked out? Would you have coked out Tony Khan making matches against Kenny Omega or doing whatever the hell he's doing in life? Tony Khan is the worst thing on the AEW.
Oh, it was so cringe when they showed the videos after the match on AEW. So like when the cameras were off and everything, so they just shot this for the YouTube for behind the scenes, and he's like praising Britt Baker, and then it's so cringy where he pulled her back like, come on, like get out of here, you creep.
I must say I didn't watch any of those things because
you didn't see Elevation?
No.
Or I mean the clip from Elevation where he's just like, Kenny, I had enough, and he's making matches. Eric, my prophecy is almost true. He's an on-screen character.
That's part one. That was part one. That was part one.
We are one step away from him teaming with Cody to take it on at the Young Bucks or whoever I said.
Your prophecy was like 4 points. So you're 25%.
I don't give a damn, Manny.
But Manny, we got to give credit where credit is due. Marcus' prophecies are a lot closer than we thought they would ever be. First, Tamina's close to gold. Tony Khan is on a version of a TV show. I'm just saying, Marcus might be the Nostradamus of wrestling podcasting. I mean, what can you say? Now, honestly, so
Nostradamus is reading spoilers?
Yes.
I knew it. You're secretly Dave Meltzer on.
Yes.
I knew it all along.
Marcus,
surprise! 5-star review.
So honestly, this pains me so much to say that NXT, they tried, but what they put out could not compete with what AEW did. I mean, I think the biggest disappointment for me, and I'm going to go to Manny first, is that yes, we're getting Karrion Kross and Finn at whatever takeover. However, with Walter being back into the States, Manny, isn't it just a point where you just scrapped everything that they're doing and you give me Finn versus Walter? Because I can care about Kross.
I do not care about Kross, and I do if Kross did not have his wife, no one would care about him at this point. No one. I want someone in the chat to tell me a match that Karrion Kross has had that is worth rewatching. None. You cannot say any.
Well, I can actually say, Manny, for me.
Well, for the record, Manny, the chat is on a minute and 30-second delay or whatever it is. You did not give them a chance. You didn't wait the whole minute and 30 seconds. You're like, thank you. You couldn't say nothing.
Marcus, there are no reasons to wait because Manny
even though I agree. I agree with Manny, but I'm just saying, the chat had no chance to respond there.
But because you know what? I'm going to be the chat. Marcus, I will give Karrion Kross has really fallen off the thing, and then what made him fall off the map is his wrestling matches. He's had, I think, 3 or 4 wrestling matches when he got hurt, and they've all been lackluster. He had a match with Damian Priest. I didn't blame Damian Priest for that match being bad. I blamed him. He had the match with Finn. He got hurt. It wasn't as good as it could have been. This man is not the man that can carry the division to the next level. God damn it, I'm not upset that it's going to be Walter versus Ciampa because I think that's an amazing match, but I have Walter in the States. I don't know how long Walter's going to stay in the States. You got to give me Walter versus Finn.
Shout out to NXT
like it's the
UK.
one-time tour.
NXT UK, me and Marcus have joked about Rampage Brown, but it looks like Rampage Brown is the guy that's going to take away that NXT UK title away from Walter.
No, he's not. I don't think he's going to be the one.
I think he is. Who else is there?
No, there's plenty of people. There's Nathan Frazier.
No,
he's not gonna do it.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
That's Ben Carter now, Eric.
Ben Carter is now Nathan Frazier.
Well, okay, but I can say, because this is my first time I looked up Rampage Brown, because I didn't know who he was. He looked like a man. He looked like somebody that could whip. he looked like a person that could whip Walter's ass.
Oh, so shit. You missed our bit that we were going to do that we never did. I was just going to show you a bunch of pictures of people and tell me, you got to point out who's Rampage Brown.
And we were going to have various people like Monty Brown.
It's gonna
Rampage Jackson.
Magnus Brown. Just a bunch of people.
So,
Vladimir Kozlov. But he's
go ahead,
not going to be the guy, Manny. He's not going to be the guy. I got William Regal's son, maybe. Eventually doing it. Dragunov.
It could be Dragunov to have a rematch of their match from November, but I still think Rampage Brown is the guy. But I don't think Walter has a commitment of staying in America for too long, because that was the whole reason he didn't want to stay stateside.
Okay, so Manny, let me play devil's advocate. So maybe what we'll get is that we'll get the unfortunate thing of Karrion Kross reclaiming his title. Finn is going to be so butthurt that he's going to travel over to the UK and now be the main event for the NXT UK takeover, Finn versus Walter.
Oh, hold on. NXT's takeover is happening the week of WrestleMania as well. Okay?
Oh.
They're having NXT UK prelude, which is going to be Thursday, like an hour before or 2 hours before NXT's takeover. WWE has went all in and have created WrestleMania as a full week of nonstop wrestling on every single platform they have.
So tune in Thursday night where me and Marcus will get drunk as this show goes on.
My whole thing about it, though, is like once Walter showed up to take a page from Ciampa's play, Daddy is home. He is my true champion. He's the only champion I recognize in NXT. And I don't give a damn if he's in UK. That man is...
You just disrespected Finn.
Fuck Finn. Fuck Finn. What has Finn done with this title?
What do you mean?
He's done a lot more than most people that previous champs. He's done more than Keith Lee.
You might be right. But, I mean, Adam Cole didn't have that championship for so long.
Finn has not had a bad match in a while. Like since his match with Priest, he's been on the roll as champion. Yeah, I would honestly consider Finn one of the top guys in the game right now when it comes to match wise, because he's been carrying his own. Now, if he can carry Kross to a good match, I'll be surprised. And that's going to be what I've been saying is my jump off point of the side if Kross is going to be anything or not. If he can't have a match with Finn, he's completely done.
Well, and let's talk about something that NXT did do well that I enjoyed is Jordan Devlin finally made it from the airport and he made it to the arena. And after a forgettable tag match with Legado del Fantasma against Breezango, where they won, he came out and I got to give credit to my boy Escobar being a man and getting into the ring. He was a man. He got into the ring.
Not. The man has to go. He has to stand. It's okay. It's one thing for him to not stand up to Kross, who's like 200 pounds more than him. But for him to walk up to a guy that he's bigger than, Eric, he's going to walk up to him.
Yeah, he did. But fuck Jordan Devlin for not playing by the rules of the headbutting Santos Escobar. Man, who you got? Devlin or Escobar? Who's the true cruiserweight champion?
It's Devlin. He didn't lose that title. They just decided to have a tournament and give it to someone else.
And it was an interim title. All of a sudden, it's a real title now. It's supposed to be interim.
The thing about Jordan Devlin was you can't say I look like a champion when you've got Santos Escobar there, who has been killing it with the suit game and looking like a champion all the way through.
Now, Marcus, I have a question. Manny brought up a good point. Are you taking Escobar suits or are you taking Seth suits, Marcus? This is a hard choice.
I'm taking Seth suits. It's not that hard.
Really?
Yeah, Escobar suits are just jackets.
Yeah, but Marcus,
they're just jackets.
You don't have the full
Marcus,
suit.
that green and yellow black jacket he had on last week when he was cussing out William Regal. When he was cussing, that was a jacket.
No, I'm just saying those are jackets. But Seth, from the shoes up to the neck to the beard, it's all one outfit that you cannot wear any piece of those clothing without the other. That's what Seth is doing. Okay, from the ground up. Escobar, yes, he's wearing shiny jackets, but it is not the same. And for the record, Jordan Devlin will beat Escobar and be the one true cruiserweight of the division and take the title back to the UK.
Another proclamation.
All right, so we got the debut of LA Knight. He went against August Gray, who I still think got a lot more traction just because of what he did with Ciampa. Marcus, LA Knight, formerly Eli Drake. What did you think about his debut? Did you like the whole thing of why can't I think of the big dude, the big
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed standing in the background, looming in the shadows. Do you like that story, Marcus?
He was standing in the shadow. The dude was ripping my jacket. He was ripping that Gucci jacket.
Customized
Gucci jacket. I enjoyed this because this is the petty that NXT brings in their feuds that the main roster of WWE does not bring, or even AEW. Everything's a blood feud over there. This is the petty feuds of NXT is where I'm at. And he destroyed that cheap ass Fugazi jacket that LA Knight tried to sport off. But I was entertained. I'm entertained by LA Knight. This is one of his better matches, considering that nothing happened, but it was still one of his better matches.
Wesley said LA Knight looked like a smaller bootleg Scott Hall with the red and black. That could be possibly true. What I'm happy about LA Knight is that he is feuding with Bronson Reed, which means that is less TV time for Swerve Scott. Manny, are you happy?
Ooh.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I did it.
No, I like that feud between Leon Ruff and Swerve Scott for no reason other than the more reason I get to call Swerve Scott Tatanka.
But I let me tell you this about this LA Knight feud is that I'm happy for all the NWA guys who were just on NWA. I mean, it comes back apparently tonight. But I don't know who they have on their roster other than
it was Nick Aldis versus Aaron Stevens.
Yeah, but these guys do have the best promos in the game on NWA. Whether you were Eli Drake or I don't know why I'm blanking out on the AEW guy, Mox's friend,
Eddie Kingston, Marcus. Eddie Kingston. Yeah. Put me in the ring with Mox. Put me in the ring with Mox.
Put me in the ring with Mox. But all these guys who just cut great promos, and I'm happy for them because these are the guys I think that make you want to watch a wrestling show. Just characters, just good characters who know their characters. They can talk.
I'm ready to say something, and I normally don't do a lot, but I think I'm ready to name my next star of NXT. I don't know if I've been right in any of these people, but my next star in NXT is Zoe Stark. It's something special about Zoe Stark.
That's not even a hot take. We've all been saying.
I understand.
I thought you were about to go with a hot take. I thought you were about to say Austin Theory or something.
No.
Or indie wrestling or some shit. Or I don't know who wasn't featured on the show that I was like, hey, they ain't got no potential at all.
August Gray, Marcus. August Gray.
Yeah, hot take would have been, you know who I think is going to be the mega star of the show? Who?
Kurt Stallion.
Yeah, fuck a Kurt Stallion, man. But
can't get Mansoor. Once he get through Mansoor, he can break out that star power.
Ain't nobody going past that man. He should be cruiserweight champion.
And you know what? And I can tell, Wes said in the chat room, this is exactly why I find Zoe Stark interesting. She looks old and young at the same time. It is so perplexing looking at Zoe Stark. It's like she looks old and young. She looks black and white. She just looks like a combination of stuff that don't go together, but she's a solid in-ring worker. I thought she gave Dakota Kai a run for her money. I enjoyed Dakota Kai getting the win because I know it's about to lead to her probably turn on Raquel Gonzalez because she's not too happy that Raquel is focusing on individual gold. But Dakota Kai, all your partners turn on you. That's what they do because you turn on them first.
No, she turns on her partners.
Yeah, but she's not used to it happening the way. She's not used to it happening this way.
Tegan's knees have never recovered from that turn.
My favorite thing about this is that Dakota Kai going to Raquel, who's only thinking about her title, and Io walking up like, here's a contract, bitch. And Dakota Kai going like, I need this. I need this match. I need this tag match, but it's always target Io. God damn it. That's all I have left. I don't have anything to go for. Okay? We have nothing. You're my tag partner. Ain't going to see you. Raquel Gonzalez is going to beat the shit out of Dakota Kai next week, and it's going to be violent.
So Marcus,
Dakota Kai may go to the main roster.
She might
go to the upper roster.
Maybe after WrestleMania she go. Now Marcus, maybe you can explain this to me because this is where NXT really, for me, I don't know if I really cared about it. As we know, the parking lot is extremely dangerous at the NXT arena. So apparently, police were surveyed the area, and somehow they got.
You missed the comment from. Montez.
What?
He said, rumor has it Adam Cole and Kyle are still arguing in the parking lot.
Yeah. I'm just, like, for me, I did not care about them having their, like, with Kyle being in the backseat of the car. Adam looked like he was handcuffed. I don't know who was in the road. It didn't work for me.
Who was in the road? I thought it worked. You didn't like the part where Adam Cole's talking like, you scumbag, you trying to come at me and all this. And then he's like, you trying to end my career, fool. You trying to end my... And then Regal was like, Kyle wasn't cleared last week and just running out. And then him running outside to find out that the police have been called. And Adam Cole's like, you're crazy. What? You trying to kill me? My wife is having a death match tonight. You trying to kill me?
So, the thing that bothered me, though, Marcus, because they both looked like they were arrested. You had Kyle in the backseat of the car, and then Adam was handcuffed. And I need to know who was the aggressor in that situation.
It's Kyle. Kyle tried to run him off the road.
Yeah.
His ass should have been outside.
Well, no, Kyle O'Reilly had nothing but explicitly deleted curse words out there while Adam Cole was blatantly saying what was happening. By the way, if they were two black men, they would have been shot dead. In the middle of the streets in Florida.
And then it was Regal at the end going, I hope these two get cleared of their charges and will return to the CWC next week. Like, why? I'll fight you on Tuesday. I'll fight you on Thursday.
It's murder.
and let's talk about the lackluster main event. And I don't know if you guys were like me. Or no, but the whole time I was watching this match, I was like, damn, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch done fucked up. They didn't need to get out into this match. They needed to mind their own business. How did you get suckered into this match by Scarlett? I know she had her titties out. I know it was distracting. But at the same time, you just got to say no. You just got to say no.
Well, you're Oney Lorcan. You got to take whatever shot you can get, all right?
I get it. But, Manny, did you think that the tag team belts were going to go across Finn and Karrion on that night?
No, but as my co-host did say, Vince McMahon made this match.
Marcus, please explain that comment.
So, this was before the report came out. Triple H was not at the NXT taping or at Raw this week. He was quarantined due to COVID, maybe.
No! That explains so much.
But no, he still
COVID said game over.
So apparently the show was booked by the Road Dogg, Jesse James. And the bad and Shawn Michaels. So what I said originally was that Vince McMahon was just, having dinner with Triple H or just hanging out in the back. It was like, oh, you got a good thing going, Hunter. What's your tag team champions doing? And he's like, well, they're not really doing much right now. That's why I like my tag teams like that. But hey, these ratings are down. I know one way to boost the ratings. How's that, Vince? You put your tag team titles against your number one, you put your champion and your number one contender together, and you give them that damn belt. You give them that belt, and you tease that, and that gets the numbers up.
That's some good shit.
That's good shit right there. That's good shit. And that's what Mr. McMahon's suggestion was, and NXT numbers did not improve from this at all.
Not at all.
No matter what they do. I didn't hate this match. I was worried that they were going to get Finn and carry the belts, but it didn't happen that way. Danny Burch got hurt, so that means they're going to lose those belts. Just give GYV the damn titles.
But Marcus, aren't we happy? Aren't we happy that they are going to lose the titles, Marcus? I just didn't want them to lose the titles to Cross and Finn.
I agree. I want to say this, and I never thought I'd say this ever in wrestling. There are too many tag teams in NXT to not have the titles on. They have it on Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. And there's only like 3 others. And that's Breezango, MSK, and the grizzled young veterans.
So, Manny, to make you jealous, I was having a conversation with Marcus on the phone, and we were talking about NXT.
Excuse me, sir. You're the only one that gets jealous when I have a conversation with Marcus outside you.
Whatever. I've gotten better. I don't care anymore. It doesn't bother me.
Lies.
I'm a prop to make others jealous. What you guys think? I'm a piece of meat? Huh? You guys cheer me?
Marcus, you're TNA, man. You're just tits and ass, Marcus. Let's deal with it. With that being said, Manny, I was having a conversation with, but that's awful. I was having a conversation with Marcus, and I said, when I was watching NXT, I was so excited. I was like, man, look at them. They're starting this match off with just Finn. It's just Finn and Karrion Kross, and we don't have any tag team implications. And then shortly thereafter, when Charlotte says, I see gold around both of your waists, I was like, God damn it, no! And then Oney Lorcan and then walked out on cue. And from there, NXT could never recover for me. And it just was a mediocre show.
I thought it was a good show.
I enjoyed it. It was just the average NXT show you normally get.
Yeah, Mark, like I said, Walter is there.
Bang, wham, bang. I mean, you got Walter's return.
Yeah, but he's fighting the wrong person, Marcus. He's fighting.
He's fighting Old Man Chop. You tell him he ain't gonna chop the shit out of Old Man Chop and you ain't gonna enjoy it. He only chopped the shit out of what's today.
I need him to chop the shit out of Finn Balor. That's the match we were promised before COVID took place. And damn it, I need it.
It will still happen. Ciampa is the gateway drug to get the Finn.
The gateway drug.
Finn will retain against Cross, and Cross will move on to the main roster. And see,
I don't think Cross is main roster ready.
He is main roster ready because all you got to do on the main roster is be something that Vince McMahon likes. Be like, oh, that's a good specimen right there. And he's talking about Scarlett.
Yeah, the only thing that makes him ready is Scarlett. So, I mean, we'll see. So, Marcus said it will eventually happen. Something happened that I never thought was going to happen, and that was me actually enjoying in an episode of AEW Dynamite. And by far,
hold on. As commissioner, I think I have to strip Marcus of the
it might be
DSPN title.
It might be. This might have been one of the stipulations.
Fuck that. Fuck that. No. I would rather take that Nia Sasha match than what's going to be like in this show.
Well,
because I will change his opinion on this show.
But Marcus,
I will do it to keep my title.
No, Marcus, the thing about it, there's no opinion because even with the faults that they had, this was probably one of the best booked AEW shows that they've done for me. That's what made this the best AEW episode ever of all time. I'm saying all time. It is not just because of the main event. Now, I'm going to ask you guys first. Would you like to discuss the main event with me first, or can I go through the progression of the show?
Well, I gotta go. Since I gotta go to work later, can you keep it snappy?
So I thought
I don't have an hour of you talking about Matt Hardy and the Dark Order. Okay,
Marcus, I don't have hate in my heart, so I'll do like I did the other segment. So Marcus, I thought the show started off with a fine way with Cody Rhodes versus Penta El Zero Miedo. I mean, there's a lot of
got it right.
He really likes this show.
There was a lot of stuff that went on. I was upset that Cody won the match because I would prefer for Penta to win the match. But the shenanigans afterwards for me, I don't know exactly what's going on, but why should I care about QT Marshall not coming out to help Cody? Why should I care? It's like,
So I was upset that Cody won after getting his arm broken.
Yeah.
And either arm was re-broken, and he just was like, "Oh, I'm gonna roll you up."
With a schoolboy. No, it wasn't even a schoolboy. It was a roll-up pin.
Roll-up.
Yeah, it was the R-Truth victory. And And then Penta, as everybody in AEW fashion, let me get my heat back and attack. Oh, because you gotta look strong. I think it's embarrassing to do the QT Marshall storyline because I think there is no purpose for it. There is no one, and I'm going to say it, no one cares about any of QT Marshall's motivations.
No.
I don't care if QT Marshall's motivations to donate money to children. I do not care about anything that involves QT Marshall. He is the most useless wrestler next to Brandon Cutler in professional wrestling. He is Cody's Michael Nakazawa.
No, Marcus, that's a very good analysis. And Marcus, I will point out what I really enjoyed. I thought the way that Penta got his heat back was probably one of the more bizarre ways I've ever seen anyone get their heat back. When he was like, he didn't even seem like he was phased that he lost the match. It just seemed like he was out there to cause havoc. When he was posing with Nyla Rose, I was like, he doesn't care. And him walking by QT Marshall, it just made me laugh for all the wrong reasons. Manny, did you like the way that the AEW Dynamite opened and started?
Yeah, I thought so. I compared NXT's opener to AEW's, but the NXT opener was Dexter Lumis versus Theory, which was a comedy match essentially, but this seemed to have more story emphasis into it, which is why I kind of enjoyed it more.
It had a weaker story. It was a weaker story, but yeah, it was.
Well, I like the fact that Penta said. Well, he said it through a translator that he's going to break Cody's arm, so he would have to take an early paternity.
Yeah,
I felt that was incredible.
It's like you got to get him off your TV, especially if you want to maybe take a shot at Darby Allin, who's going to put the title on the line every week now. You know, you got to get your name into the hat. But before we get there, I would like to give an MVP shout out to also Don Callis, because you know what? I can't stand the Good Brothers, but I think Don Callis has brought a dynamic to help the storytelling of AEW, and I'm referring to his interaction with the Bucks backstage. I thought it was funny how they made light of his phantom attack that they did inside of his house, but he wanted to know what happened to the old Bucks. What happened to the old Bucks of Japan? Manny, do you like what Don Callis is doing, trying to motivate the young Bucks going forward?
Well, I just like the fact that he said Kenny doesn't recognize you anymore because you ain't elite anymore. I thought that was a burn on all proportions.
Mark, what about you, Marcus?
I can't stand the Young Bucks anytime they're on TV in any type of promo fashion. Like Matt Jackson's mic work is so bad, and it's like wrestlers got stepped down when they got to talk to him, and that their storylines never make any sense, and they never go anywhere. So away with this. Away, I say.
Okay, Marcus, I will take that away out of you. Jade Cargill made her debut. Do you see anything?
Her debut?
I mean, well, what? I guess her singles match debut.
Her debut? Well, yeah, there you go. Way to clean that up.
Me and Marcus already answered this question on our show on Thursday, but who has the bigger upside, Jade Cargill or Zoe Stark?
Zoe Stark, because Zoe Stark can actually wrestle. Like,
yeah, but like I feel so. My thing was, I feel like if AEW book Jade right because she has the look already, she could be a big star in AEW. Whereas Zoe Stark is just going to have that immediate rise that all NXT women have. She's going to have she's going to look like Raquel. She's going to look like Rhea. It's going to be the exact same thing. Whereas I think with AEW, they've got something special.
Well, I would agree with that assessment. However, I don't know if I have faith in AEW, especially in their women's division, of them being able to book Jade the proper way to get her to that stardom. Because technically, you could easily put Jade in NXT and put her in the same position that Raquel Gonzalez is, and it could be somewhat interchangeable because she does have a look, but her in-ring ability is kind of limited. Do you have that much faith in Kenny Omega to get it right with Jade Cargill, Manny?
Well, I don't have any faith in AEW putting any emphasis on anyone of color, but but I feel like Jade may be the one to break the mold.
Marcus, do you agree? Is she the mold breaker?
Well, the mold breaker would be is when she fights her first Japanese wrestler. What happens then? When Riho whoops her ass. Let's see if she can survive that. Or if she goes to Thunder Rosa. Well, not Thunder Rosa. It's more. Does she beat Britt Baker who seems to be the only person that loses in AEW all the time whenever she has a big match.
So let's talk about Pinnacle. Pinnacle made their debut. They got off the jet. They went out there, Tully talked first. They said some things. They're going to be the new face. At the end of the day, I'm okay with it. I wish it wasn't so many people in the group because I think 6 people are too many.
You know who he's trying to get rid of. We know who he's trying to get rid of.
Who?
Don't you dare get rid of Sean Spears.
He's trying to get rid of somebody with a blonde mohawk.
I have nothing against Double S Sean Spears. Believe it or not, the person who I would eliminate out the group is Wardlow. I think it's time for Wardlow to spread his wings and fly on his own.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Wardlow, even though they said he's the best big man in the game, where he's not tall enough to be considered the best big man in the game.
I mean, like, the thing about Wardlow is that he has never been able to ride the momentum that he had in that match that he had with Luchasaurus. Like, that was one of the good matches that they had. And I think that in art, there's something called the root of odds, and where odd numbers look more aesthetically pleasing. You know, like if you have 3 subjects or things. So I think if you had a 5-man group, I think it would be a little bit more appeasing. And I know Marcus Sean Spears needs to go for you. I know he does.
He needs to go. Kill him off. Kill him off, man. I swear to God, you can just kill him off. Kill him off. He's the only character that ever died in the history of wrestling. Just kill him off. Okay?
But I think the biggest problem with this faction, what it's doing, is causing me to be more of a hypocrite. And because, you know, for years, I've said that I wanted more and more factions in wrestling because I miss factions. AEW is giving me factions. And it's just like when you say that you want more tag matches, and AEW is giving you factions. The problem is that AEW doesn't have many factions that I like. We have Pinnacle, which I'm okay with. They're moving forward. The Inner Circle, I think their time has come to an end. Matt Money's group, don't care about anybody in Matt's group. We have the Nightmare Family.
That might be the worst of them all.
Who else do we? We have the Dark Order, who is misguided right now. And I can't think.
Don't forget about Miro and them.
Marcus, I think they're breaking up.
You got Death Triangle.
You got Death Triangle, who are kind of a thing, who are never seen all 3 together.
No, they're never seen together. Marcus, do you think they have a faction problem in AEW? Are you okay with it?
They got a major faction problem. There's way too many heel factions, way too many face factions, and nobody interacts with anybody properly or do anything to help out. I don't understand it. It's just too many. And I do not like the name Pentacle. Do you like the name Pentacle, Eric?
They're at the Pinnacle. They're the Pinnacle. They're the peak.
know.
I do. It's different. Never heard it before. It's the top of a mountain. It's okay.
Your mountain look like the Coors Light can.
Well, hey, you know
what I think about Coors Light.
Being a man that rips off people, I understand ripping out other logos and stuff to put on cans and stuff. Thank you, man.
They look like Amazon water logo on their bottom. Like, I don't care. I think they could have went a different route with this.
So, as you guys know, last week I was upset with Matt Hardy getting Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny. However, being hooked
How many factions have they been in? Just alone by themselves.
But Marcus, this is the first time that they ever got a win. They got a win, damn it. They beat Bear Country and Jurassic Express.
Don't even
Bear Country.
Are you serious with that? You can't. You know what? I know they claim to have the best tag team division in the world, but just having a bunch of tag teams, especially some of them named Bear Country, that automatically takes around any respect I have for your division.
2 people
Bear Country,
who I don't understand what
Marco Stunt.
2 people that I don't know what took AEW so long to put them together. But I think Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston together might be the best tandem in professional wrestling right now. Just because they feed off of each other. They seem like 2 drunk friends that are doing it. After, his leg got broke and he's yelling to them, put me in the ring with Mox! Put me in the ring with Mox! And I'm just like, what? Mox almost got killed. And it's like, technically, Eddie Kingston has been involved with so many people trying to bring families back together, but now he's with Jon Moxley, and they feel like a match made in heaven. Manny, do you agree?
What I don't understand is how there has been no mention of him abandoning this family to just chill with Mox now. Like, his family has now just fucked off and now been like taken in by Matt Hardy.
Well, we're a part of the Death Triangle. Matt Hardy done acquired the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny. And it's like, I'm just going to hang out with Mox now, I guess. The whole family thing is out the way.
So we got the long-awaited moment. Christian Cage finally speaks. And pretty much he says he is a workhorse. Marcus, can you make, as a star, a workhorse to you, Marcus?
What? That was a question?
Yeah.
What?
Because
wait, what was the question?
Christian claims that he is a workhorse. Remember, he was proclaimed as the next star at AEW. Can a workhorse be the star in the face of the company?
I don't think he's gonna work as much as he says. If he's saying his work rate is gonna be better than Sting's, I'll be okay with that. But I don't think he's gonna work as much as he thinks he is. I don't know. Just be done with this.
Now, Manny, did you like the fact that he actually pointed out the whole thing that he's a veteran, he's coming into AEW, and he can understand how it ruffles some feathers, and he could be taking a young person's spot? Do you like them pulling the curtain back a little bit with the acquisition of Christian Cage?
I don't like that he's claiming that he wants to be in the title picture. I don't think he should be. He said this is actually what he did when he joined TNA. So we are basically gone back to 2005.
Hopefully it leads to a baptism in a pool someplace, because that's still one of my favorite moments in wrestling.
TNA shortly, though. The show is just becoming TNA. Like, at first you think it's a WCW revival, but then you go, wait, this is a TNA revival. All they need is Jeff Jarrett, and they got it all.
I also think they need to keep the Good Brothers off my Dynamite television, because I'm just tired of seeing...
I'm just glad they lost the Impact Tag Team titles last weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like them. I just don't. I just don't like them.
I'm glad Vince got rid of them because they are not good. Like, so the promo of Don Callis, where he talked about tag teams living off their name and wearing fancy tights, that is the Good Brothers.
Pretty much. Uh-oh, the air freeze?
No, I didn't freeze. I was typing in the chat room.
What are you typing? Oh, God.
No one made me angry.
No one said it. What did you say, Eric? Oh, come on, motherfucker. This motherfucker.
I didn't gotta go, come on. I did not do that, Marcus. I did not.
Come on. My nipples.
No, but no, like, I just don't like the Good Brothers. I don't like the immaturity of their thing. Maybe I'm just too old for that. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
What did they do in the segment that hurt them lose?
No.
Wait, what did they do in the segment? I don't even remember.
Nothing. It was just a match. They lost. That was it.
Yeah, they tried to put Mox out.
Yeah.
And
that led to Kenny strutting out there and
gooning. They're doing the same shit they did in WWE. They're just gooning.
But
for essentially AJ Styles, which is Kenny Omega.
Well, let's talk about the biggest swerve. The biggest swerve, as Marcus said, that he's sick and tired of being sick and tired of Sting being called out for an interview to say absolutely nothing. They point out the snow, but for the first time in the Sting interview, we got something, but it was from Team Taz when Brian Cage decided that he ain't gonna let Taz speak for him no more, and he decided to let Sting know that he respected him. Marcus, this segment right here. So many things happen, but I'm going to focus on things minute by minute. Brian Cage stepping away from FTW Clan. I don't know what they're called. Did you like that?
Team Taz.
Team Taz. FTW Clan.
I'm calling them FTW Clan.
The pioneers of white supremacy and the Ku Klux Klan. It's the FTW Clan. Fuck the world.
Well, we don't wear white sheets. We wear orange sheets.
Did you skip the bit with the Murder Hawk?
No.
Because he came out first.
No. Well, I was going to talk about Sting getting respect because he is old. He needs the respect.
No.
Fuck it. I'm talking about Sting. Sting has not said shit. It's been 600 of these interviews. 607 of these interviews. And you can't tell me one bit of information that tells you somebody has gotten from Sting. He's not ever asked him the right question. Why do you come out with Snow? Why are you hanging out with Darby? You're 61 years old, turned 62 today. Happy birthday, Steve Barton. But why are you still in this business? Do you plan on going after world titles? Will we conduct an interview? Do you want to conduct an interview somewhere else where you cannot be interrupted? We could go to my house. Do you want to go to your house? Do you want to handle this somewhere safe? in an uncharted location. So what do you want to do? What do you have to say? What the fuck do you have to say, Sting, that I pull you every single week, and yet Darby Allin talks, fucking fat ass Will Hobbs talks, and everybody gets Tony Schiavone has answered more questions than you have, Sting. What the fuck do you have to say?
Wow. Well, Marcus, I don't think many.
Why can't he decline the interview? Why can't he decline the interview?
So
you
Marcus,
ain't got nothing to say. Just decline the interview. Decline the interview.
I don't feel Manny can follow that rant, so I'm going to ask Manny a completely different question. Manny, during the same segment, Darby Allin said that he wants to bring the TNT Championship back to the prestigious nature that it was, where it was
about time.
Because apparently, Darby's upset that he has only defended his title 3 times, which I found hilarious. Was he not going to management saying, hey, I need to defend this title? So, however, I thought the funny thing for me was that Darby did the whole bait and switch where he's saying, like, we need to fight somebody who really deserved this title shot, a pinnacle, and pay respect. And the crowd started chanting Cody, and I started chanting Cody too, because I was like, oh, he's doing the circuit. He's doing the circuit. And then he says, no. We're going to challenge to anybody in the Dark Order to face me for this title. And that's when Lance Archer got pissed off and walked out and said, what the fuck, man? He didn't say what the fuck, but it led to Jake the Snake calling Darby a weenie. Manny, did you like that part of the segment?
Where your butt at?
Where your butt at?
Where your butt at?
You got to say it like you've been...
You
gotta say it like you've been smoking 80 a day. Where your bun at?
Where's your bun at? Where's your bun? Quarter of the week.
I don't really want to see this match. I'm tired of seeing big man, small man. It's all the matches I see on AEW most times.
Well, Manny, because that's their roster. It's big man, small man. I mean, like...
We can go old man, young man. Oh, same thing.
What old man, small man?
Yeah, well, we got that too. He's old.
Or you go young man, black man. But you know the black man ain't gonna win.
That doesn't happen very often, though.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky will never be on TV again.
Hey, he got that, Marcus, he got that video package. And he said talk about nice guys finishing last and how it was just a stepping stone.
Let me tell you about the last person that got a video package on this show that was a person of color. You know who that was? Sonny Kiss. Joey Janela. They are not on TV. Marcus, and I don't have confidence that Scorpio Sky will be on TV ever again.
Marcus, I want to point out that you're speaking not true facts. The last color person who had a package was Jade Cargill. She had a package with Shaq. So
they're playing fucking basketball.
No, actually, it was Ryu Mizunami for reasons we do not know.
Marcus, yes. So all your facts that you just spewed were inaccurate, Marcus, and we're gonna fix that. So
hold on. Correction. I am incorrect.
So I might be I might be in a field all by myself, but this next match is the match that confirmed for me that AEW was having a good night. And this was a match between Rey Fenix and Angelico. Because I thought, the storytelling that they were giving me in this match.
Hold on, Eric. You didn't get that dive.
But see, Manny, that's what I appreciate, that I didn't get the dive. And it wasn't just because I know Marcus was mad that he didn't get the dive, but I love the fact that the commentators were selling me on Angelico. Like, they were giving him a chance of how he is also a luchador, but he's a different, more grapple submission style luchador, and I thought it really translated well, and I thought this was one of the more sensible matches that they had, and yes, I will feel it. Manny, did you appreciate the match between Rey Fenix and Angelico?
I did, and then I immediately saw when Rey Fenix had that tape on his ass that I knew Rey Fenix had been grounded.
Like who?
So Marcus,
and I knew Marcus was gonna hate this match because Rey Fenix could not do that.
Marcus, despite not having a dive, what did you feel about this match?
I enjoyed the match. I thought it was really well done. I thought I enjoyed both wrestlers a lot. Angelico is about to get his solo run because apparently Jack Evans has got heat on him in the locker room of AEW. I think he might be the second person to get heat on himself in the AEW locker room for injuring somebody.
Who did he hurt?
I forgot. He busted somebody else.
Was it when he kicked that person that one time when he got that $4,700 for Matt?
I think so.
Okay.
Who was that person?
I don't remember.
I forgot.
I don't remember.
I forgot, but he got heat on him for more of that.
But Marcus,
the boys don't like him no more, and Angelico's about to start his solo run.
Well, Marcus, that's all we've been asking for, man. If it took Jack Evans getting heat on himself to get a solo run for Angelico, the man feels his music. Come on, man. That's what we need. And that's what I liked about this week's episode of Dynamite. It was a good mix of the stars that are young and upcoming in AEW being featured on the show and not the old cronies. I mean, yes, Steen got his interview, but still. But then,
did he really get his interview? Can you really call it an interview if he didn't speak?
Let me tell you something. If I were to go to a restaurant and they put on the menu Sting's interview, and then they only give me a sample of what Sting may say, I would be disappointed every time I go to that restaurant that I did not get the Sting interview. Why is that on the menu if you never have it? So just tell me we want to talk to Darby.
So, Manny, I'm going to ask you, are you happy that Miro is finally trying to put Kip behind him and move and focus on title and gold?
Well, let's see what happens.
Okay.
I have no opinion on it. Other than let's see what happens.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Marcus, do you have more of an opinion? Or are you in the weight category like Manny?
I am still at the grave of Rusev and praying to him that one day him and Lana could get back together. Why? Him, Lana, and Aiden English could just work it out in whatever capacity and just bring this shit back together. I'm willing to make a trade. Can we make the deal of trading Andrade to AEW for Miro so we can get his soul back?
I think that would actually be a good deal. I think that would be a good deal for all parties involved.
So I just got a text from my friend Nigel, who is also one of my Jets clan. Dude, can you explain Apollo Crews' change of accent to full-blooded Nigerian? My response is going to be, I really can't.
and you shouldn't.
Just tell I know. Just say I know two black people. They do it all the time.
But you could also add that they're not true African Americans.
I can't do that because Nigel is also black.
God damn it!
Damn it!
God damn it, Nigel!
No, tell Nigel you should know.
Shout out, Nigel.
Do you think Apollo has lost a spear in his guys?
I think so. I think Manny. I think when Manny opened my eyes to it, I was like, you know what? That spirit was a little bit too much. I'm just more upset that he lost his soldiers. I mean, because Denzel Detroit made it on TV one point, but then
Desmond Troy.
I mean, at the point, I would love for when Big E went looking for Apollo, if he would have had his soldiers whoop his ass. Because the one thing I know about Nigerian warlords is that they never get their hands dirty.
Well, he's a prince.
Okay. What is your experience with Nigerian warlords?
We don't talk about my experience with Nigerian warlords.
Can we see your credentials with experience?
That is in the class. That is in the class. That is in the class.
Yes, I know Excel, and yes, I have experience with Nigerian warriors as well. And you've been hired to the counseling.
So something I can say that happened on AEW that I think may have broke the internet, but I think AEW had not only their best women's match, but by far the best match that they've had all year, possibly all time, and that goes to Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. And I am a fan of Thunder Rosa. I don't know if she's signed by AEW, but they need to really give her a contract, because if she goes back home to NWA, it really sucks once again. But Britt Baker was a star in this match, even in defeat. Also, fuck the referee. I felt that he could have injured Britt Baker when he was trying to move the table out the way so they can have the pin. Marcus, what was your overall impressions of the main event of the lights out non-sanctioned match?
Okay, as I stated on the Tuesday or the Thursday show, the Untitled Mania Market show, that you can catch every Tuesday at whatever BST time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, and something Eastern time. I should have had that prepared.
2 o'clock Eastern time, Marcus.
For next week,
Daylight Savings happens.
For the next week, it's at 6 p.m. BST time.
Yeah, because Daylight Savings happens. I thought it was a solid match. It was okay. It's about a 3-star match. I think it's a little overhyped, but it is what it is. You know what? They put it out there. I thought both wrestlers did a really good job.
Manny, I turn to you. Marcus said overhyped. Is that being too harsh, or are we being too generous with this match?
I think we're being a bit too generous. I think after knowing what AEW Women Division has done in the past, I think because the bar has been set so low, anything that like remotely was like okay would have just been, oh shit, that's amazing. That's like 4 to 5 stars, 4 to 5 star match. But when you look at it as it is, I think Marcus is right. It's kind of average.
Okay, and for me, I look at this match, and to me, this is the match they wanted Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley to be at their pay-per-view at Revolution. I felt that this match checked all the boxes. I thought it had a solid enough story going in. I thought they executed the match to the best of their ability. Some of the wrestling moves were not the prettiest looking, but in the context of everything, what's going on, and as shout out to Jamal, they added color to the match, which I figured out is blood. And I thought, although
you didn't know that.
I've never used that term before, because remember, these are not my type of matches. The fact that the blood that occurred in this match felt more organic, like it could just happen naturally rather than being forced upon me, I was okay with it. And you have to give Britt Baker credit. She has one of the best blood faces in the game. That type of face that she had is what made Becky Lynch into the man when she was covered in blood. I like I said, I really enjoyed this match. I was shocked that Thunder Rosa won. I think that's what made me more shocked, because once again, another big match that Britt Baker can't come up big and get a win. But the ride there was still fun.
I think either way, because of the match that happened, both are going to come out well. Because like realistically, like if you look at the Becky Lynch situation when she became the man, and what really boosted her character was Nia Jax breaking her face. But that no one talks about Nia Jax. But these two are going to be just fine, just like how Zoe Stark took the loss against Dakota Kai this week. It's going to be good for both.
What I didn't like about the match is the fact that they tried to insert Sheeta into this match, because nothing about this match has ever had any title implications. But having her back there praying as she's watching the match, I didn't need it, because this is a blood feud between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. If you want to say next week that, now Thunder Rosa's in line for a match against Sheeta, fine. But I don't think I need to put her into that dynamic. Marcus, what about you?
Oh, he's gone unsanctioned. He's gone unsanctioned.
Oh, he's going unsanctioned? Oh, okay.
I'm controlling him now.
When they come back on, all right, it will be nothing I'm saying is official for the Sharpshooters Podcast or affiliated. This is just one man's opinion who's just going crazy. All right? So the lights are back on. Why the hell did Reba just attack her in the beginning? Why can't we just attack people in the beginning? There was no reason for her to wait. If you're going to get involved, get involved. It makes no sense.
Marcus, she did.
That Reba, no, she didn't. She attacked her in the beginning, and then she decided to sit on the sideline for most of the fight until they got the thumbtacks and stuff. And you know what? And thumbtacks don't do it for me. I just feel like people fall off. I feel like we can't. They should knock you out.
You know,
that shouldn't be the knockout blow. I'm so sick of the abyss spot of I'm bringing in the tax just so I can jump into the tax. Everybody has done that spot a million times. And God damn it, the entire time I was watching this, I thought somebody was going to get seriously hurt. God damn it, they should not be in this situation. For the ratings they did this week, they didn't deserve all this.
No,
they didn't deserve this abuse.
When I knew
for a pay-per-view.
Okay.
Shoot.
Calm down, brother.
So I can say all that.
You know, for me, I knew the blood got out of control, and for me, it gave a little bit more realism. Is when Rebel or Rebe, whatever her name is, she tried to use her jacket to wipe some of the blood off of poor Britt Baker, because I guess Britt cut herself too deep, because she was like, because Britt couldn't see. Britt literally couldn't see after a while. But I wish the spot that worried me the most is when they did the spot onto the ladder. I was like, oh, that could have been bad really quickly, because she almost dropped her. But overall, they got out of it safely. I didn't see the post-match hijinks with Tony Khan. I don't want to see that.
Now, fuck all that Tony Khan stuff. Now that the success of this match, though, and that they just had the exploding barbed wire death match. Do you think they're going down this route of let's go to the most hardcore of hardcore matches too much? Like they're going to just go full CZW, old school, maybe even ECW, a little bit in there, like just overkill it with these hardcore spectacle bloodbaths of matches.
Knowing them, yes, because the thing about it, this match, because of the blood and stuff, I think it popped their audience. The hardcore wrestling fan really enjoyed all the blood and the gore that took place in this match. I don't know if that will capture the casual audience, so I don't know if they're going to be able to be consistently over the 1 million mark if they ever make it there again. But for their hardcore fans, I think they're doing what they need to do for that.
Again.
Huh?
They want to try to get to at least 800 again. They're stuck in the 700 range. That's all I'm just saying.
What about you? Do you feel that that's the case?
I feel like they're about to overdo it. I feel like there's going to be every few weeks we're going to get a match that's covered in gore and blood, and people are going to all of a sudden start taking headshots again, and it's going to get more and more dangerous each time, and they're not going to take any safety precautions or whatnot, and, it's going to go out and do
It's weird because their fans love that shit, though. That's the thing.
Yep. But it's only going to take to somebody really get hurt, and the fans that they have, they're fickled anyway.
But I mean,
they can turn on them in a drop of a dime. That's what all wrestling fans do anyway.
To make the argument, though, that people say that we love the shit that Vince gives us, like that wonky storyline stuff. I mean, I think everybody has their own audience. I just worry about the longevity of the performers in the company because you can't have everybody go out there and do this type of match. I mean, because the next thing you know, probably the next person on track to get a hardcore match probably will be Darby Allin. Probably in this Murder Hawk.
That's every Darby match.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
did you not see him get thrown through some glass in the street fight?
I mean,
Eric didn't watch that match. Eric only watched the exploding one.
I did not. So I mean, you got to keep. They have a win this week. I think it was good for them. Unfortunately, I think that those women sacrificed their bodies and they didn't even get to 800,000, which is sad. But maybe this will create some buzz and people will be there next week. But I think Marcus said something that's very important about AEW.
Hey.
Their tape shows are far superior than their live shows. So they might want to tape more shows than they do.
Well, you don't have basketball audio jumping into the middle of your show.
That's true. So we have... go ahead.
But, forget it. Let's just go. Let's move on. I got to go.
Yes, I know, Marcus, and that's why I'm going to conclude with our last email. And it's a simple email from Chris, who was in the chat room. He just has a couple of questions that are very easily asked. Why keep people that's unhappy? I know Vince is always right, but if Andrade wants to leave, let him. If Alistair wants to leave, let him. Why keep paying someone to sit at home? Manny, why would you continue to pay somebody to sit at home when they're unhappy?
Because you have them. You signed a contract.
Can we do a family feud now?
Okay, Marcus.
Let's see if it's on there.
Let's see.
Manny, because they have them. Ding! All right, I'm going to go with the number one answer. So the competition don't get them. Is it up there? Ding! Number one. Oh, number two. Eric, what's your answer?
My answer is because they might have something for them eventually. It's just not right now.
That is not happening for Ricochet, Aleister Black, or Andrade. Well, that's true too. But no, the whole thing is like, you don't in basketball. I'm not trading Giannis Antetokounmpo because he's unhappy to go play with the 76ers and so he can be happy. I will pay you so we all lose. If you're unhappy, we just all lose together. It's fine.
No, I mean,
I'm not giving a potential player away.
I mean, one of the best examples right now is in the NFL. True, they might give him away for nothing now with all the allegations. Deshaun Watson, he's unhappy. He wants to be traded out of the Texans, and they should have did what they had.
He's going out there in prison now. He's gonna have to play in prison.
Yeah, he might be in the sequel for but actually he might not, Manny, because I don't think these allegations are criminal allegations. I think these are all civil lawsuits where they want money.
Well, you never know. He's gonna get Velveteen dreamed.
But with that being said, though, I just think that at the end of the day, there's only so much time on television, and you might not just have a spot for these people. Let's give a good example of somebody who took some time out, and I believe also asked for their release, but now is a current champion in WWE, and that's Sasha Banks. When she went on her hiatus, whatever that hiatus was, she was unhappy. She wanted to be let go. She wanted out of it. but they figured something out for her, and then they worked it out, and now she may be going into WrestleMania. It's not saying that something can't be figured out for Andrade and Aleister Black. Aleister Black is a lot harder to understand why he's not on television, but for Andrade, we already know that, you know, it's a language barrier. It's simple as that. And then on top of that, WWE doesn't really. I am not taking the shavings from Marcus Beard and put some Gorilla Glue on my face. No, Jeremy. That's actually quite funny though. But I always say just wait and see. We'll see what happens because.
Do you think this is gonna affect Charlotte? Do you think Charlotte's gonna be like, no, I'm not showing up to work either?
Well, both of them have trademarked additional things for life after WWE. So I think once Charlotte's contract is done, I would presume she goes as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, why not?
If their love is that deep.
You know, how deep is your love for me? That's what to say. Tell me what it's going to be. Do you see yourself fucking with it? Never mind. I don't want to get copyright for singing, old Rush Hour.
You're not going to get copyrighted for that because you were singing the lyrics wrong.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, that's what I do. The thing about Andrade is just that where does he fit in on the roster right now? Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to go to 205 Live. I mean, you could always throw him in Retribution, but who wants to be in Retribution? Like, would you rather be at home not on TV, or would you rather be at home being chewed out by Mustafa Ali week in and week out?
I don't want to be attached to Retribution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
don't put me in Retribution, Vince. I'll put you in Retribution. I don't want to be a part of Retribution. I'll go sit at home. Well, go sit at home then. Let me team with Charlotte. No, that does not make sense. That makes sense. We're in real life together. Yeah, but TV-wise,
but
it doesn't make sense.
If they let Andrade go, do you think he would go to AEW, or do you think he would go back to AAA? Because I think he would do better in AAA.
Maybe Japan?
Oh, maybe Japan.
Impact?
Not Impact. Not Impact.
Ring of Honor. No one ever brings him up. Well, apparently comes on at midnight over here now.
Ring of Honor died the moment AEW came into the picture.
Hey, Rush versus Andrade might be a really good match.
It's pronounced Roosh.
Rush against Andrade will probably be a good match. I ain't never watched one of his matches. But Marcus, I know
if you've never watched one of his matches.
He's a racist.
Wow. Maybe that might be true.
You didn't even deny
it. Yeah, I didn't even deny it.
With that being said, Marcus has to go to work.
Hulk Hogan.
So that you motherfucker. Hey, listen here, brother. I put my finger at. Boop. I booped you.
She did. She come back and Tyson.
I don't know.
Her and Jimmy Uso have the longest injuries I've ever heard of. I feel like they've been going for like 8 years.
Well, I'm assuming they're waiting for the right time to return Jimmy Uso. But I can't,
what was that?
I can't remember her now. Is it Skylander or
Statlander?
Statlander. That was her name.
Alien.
Oh well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. For all the audio listeners, hopefully I'll hear from you in 2 weeks. If you guys chime in, if you actually listen to the audio show,
there is no audio listeners. I'm going to say it right now. I don't believe there's a single audio listener.
If you've made it this far and you're an audio listener, I want an email to state that you're alive. If not, we're just going to presume you're dead.
Wow.
I'm assuming that audio listeners are not there. I've not heard from an audio listener in a long time. Just straight up audio. But then again, we don't really hear from the YouTube listeners either. We hear from the same fucking people all the time. I want to hear someone new, goddammit. Someone new, okay? I've heard the same people. Just like my wrestlers, I'm tired of seeing the same talent. I love these guys. You guys are great, but let's hear someone new. Okay, the last video had 200 views, all right? I hear from Montez Red Cup, I hear from Jeremy, I hear from Luchador, and I didn't know where Weston made us return. I want someone new, damn it. I want some new viewers. The feed video got 8,000 views, and we got no new viewers in that one. I'm just saying, give me something new. Give me something new. I'm so sick of eating vanilla ice cream. Get me strawberry, goddammit.
I just want to point out that Jeremy, I should have ended the show where I could because he said, is there any good wrestling porn you recommend? No, there isn't.
Well, I have some suggestions.
With that being said, I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
And I am the undisputed DSBN champion, Marcus the Grand Finale, who will defend his title. You gonna take my title?
I think we put it to a poll.
Audio listeners,
I will defend my title the entire WrestleMania week on every single show. I guarantee you I'll win it all.
That's a dangerous challenge to me, especially because we'd be drunk on the first takeover.
Jeremy said emails take too long.
The second one. Leave a comment in the chat.
Leave a comment. No, not even in the chat. When this video ends, leave a comment in the video because that means Eric gets an additional view.
Wow, man.
When I quit my job and tell them I quit to only become a YouTuber, I need to show them evidence that people actually listen to the show, so I don't get laughed out the office.
You probably got laughed out the office when you walked in with no beard.
No one can tell because I have a mask on.
Wait, no, your beard would have escaped some of the mask. What are you talking about?
It did. Wait, this looks like what? Oh, you trimmed it? Yeah. Although when someone saw me, it was like, and I was like.
On that note, till next time, stay sharp.
I've exposed myself.